We'll be starting shortly. I'm just getting these last little bit posts out. Patience is a virtue seldomly used. So practice makes perfect. So motherfucker, be patient. Chill out. Relax.
Let's begin, please.
Just looking at some things on the audio side. Making sure everything looks good, sounds good. All right. I think everything's all right. We shall see, though. If anybody's in the chat, say what's up or something, or let me know if the audio's good. If not, don't trip. I'll figure it out myself like I always do. But yeah, though. Sunday, chilling. Think about going to the movies. Still nobody to go to the movies with, though, so I probably won't go. Probably just watch it at home. Probably torrent some shit and watch it at home. Or is that illegal to say? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Strike that from the record. I'll probably legally buy movies and watch them at home. Yeah, that's definitely what I'll do. Instead of going to the movies, I guess. I don't know, but it's summertime. I'm feeling the urge. But I don't know. I probably will still go. Fuck it. Not today. I'm chilling today. What y'all doing today? I had a good chance to go yesterday, but I fucked it off laying around all day. But try tomorrow maybe. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, what's up? Oh, the finals. Let's see. They're not playing today. They're playing tomorrow, I think. Oh, wait, is it today? Let me see. Of course, people will be trying to call me today and get in touch with me. I'm chilling though. I'm not doing nothing. The car don't start up for at least $500 on Sunday, I think. Yeah, that's minimum. I think that's minimum. The car don't start up for at least $500 minimum. And you got to put at least like $300 down deposit or something for me to like return a phone call or some shit. I'm just joking. For certain people, at least, I'll say that. A message to all graduates? No thanks. When is the NBA game? Ain't no games tonight, huh? Sheesh. Oh, that shit's tomorrow. Never mind. Should I play Diablo or Battlefield? Battlefield's already on, so probably gonna be Battlefield. But yeah though, man. What y'all getting into? Just chilling, watching TikTok today? Sounds like a plan. right, let's see. I'm trying to get some videos ready to watch too. Why is that one muted? Whatever. All right, that one. Shoot. It's hot. I don't know where y'all stay at, but let me see. See how hot it is in Vegas. Because, yeah, I'm not sure. Man, a nigga press hella button. Hey, Google, what's the weather? Oh, okay. Alright, so we ain't got nothing to worry about. Nick Cannon, this is 50 Cent. What? I missed that. Not like too well versed in the Nick Cannon and 50 Cent beef, so excuse me about that. Sorry. Missed that whole story. This is not that important though. Man, Sunday. It's more wild shit on Instagram and TikTok than it is YouTube. I think that's why YouTube is kind of, I mean, they got a stranglehold on, you know, delivering streaming media across the world, but TikTok and Instagram sometimes got more entertaining shit on it though. And that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. It happens very often that I'm wrong, so very likely could be that I'm wrong. Alright, so what the fuck? There's not that many good videos, so we might just be playing Battlefield and chilling, listening and shit. I see what I'm looking at? You can't see what I'm looking at, but you can see this though. How about that? That's some of the videos that I'm about to watch, maybe. But we ain't there yet. Damn, that's a crazy dunk. I've been scrolling down YouTube to see. I'm only 3 hours down. I think I accidentally. Oh, yeah, I'm only 3 hours down, so. Still got a long way to go, so. If you got any suggestions, DM me. I look at all the DMs. Fuck it. Yeah, if you got a video or something you want me to look at, send it to me. I'll look at it. If it's appropriate for the stream, yeah, I'll watch it on the stream. I don't care. It's not a big deal. As long as it's not like weird shit or something. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get banned. I ain't even like, you know what I mean? Really made no money off this YouTube shit, so I ain't trying to get banned before I get started. Yeah, nothing looks very interesting, so we're gonna have to, you know, do it live. Like my boy Bill O'Reilly say, fuck it, we're gonna do it live. You know? Cause we can't sit at this main menu forever, right? I mean, we can, but I low-key hate when streamers, when you click on their stream and they like say they're playing a video game, then you click on it, they're not playing a video game. They're not even doing nothing. They're just sitting there talking. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. So about to start in a second here, but I'm looking for something interesting, something that'll like. It's Sunday, so maybe some for thought, maybe. And there's some things that I already watched last night, so I can't watch them again. I mean, I can, but you guys don't know what you missed out on anyway. anyway, so it's not. You don't know what you're missing out on. It's not a big deal. So let's see. Yeah, that's all we got. Then a couple of those videos, and then that looks like it, man. I'm out to 24 hours almost. Unless I find something else. Yeah, I'm not watching that. Maybe they're not taking out his cuss words anymore, but either way, I'm not trying to find out right now. I'm gonna do one last scroll real quick just to see if I can find something that piques my interest. Oh, there's this one education video I want y'all to watch with me. Yeah, let's find that video. Fuck it. Yeah, let's find that. It should be in history, right? Yeah. I watched it the other night, but I'll watch it with y'all again. Fuck it. I think it's important. Alright, so that's not it. Where the heck is it? It should be around here somewhere. Is it this one? No, this is how we made the internet. Where the frick is that video? Don't you hate when you know it's in your history, you go back to look for it and you can't find it? Well, at least I found the guy that makes the video. How about that? That's better than nothing. All right, so let's just scroll through his channel real quick. Here, y'all can watch me do this, I guess. Well, no, actually you can't. Well, you can. I'll just put it on this side. How about that? Yeah, I'll do that. There, y'all can just watch me scroll through the channel like that. Oh, here's the video right here. It says, the evil history of our school education system. All right, so that's the one we're gonna watch real quick, but not, I don't know. Yeah, right here. Not exactly right now, but.
So you're John.
Yeah, shortly. All right, I think we'll start with that one. And then I got some of these other ones that, I don't know, a little easier for people to understand. Well, fuck it. Let's get into this one right now. Fuck it. How about that? Let's do it like Bill O'Reilly. Fuck it. Do it live. Let's go.
So you're.
Hold on. It's the evil history of our education system. All right, so let's get it.
So you're John D. Rockefeller in the late 1800s, and you have a big problem. It's the Industrial Revolution, and you have this giant oil empire, but you simply can't find enough wage slaves to keep the wheels turning. Unlike today where you can just make a job post online, and a bunch of educated laborers will come flocking your way, back then most of America was rural. Most of America lived simple lives on farms. They were homeschooled, they went to schools ran by churches. They didn't know how to work a factory job, or at an oil refinery. They weren't conditioned to clock in and out. So you needed a way to educate the population on a massive scale so they could come work for you. However, we don't want to educate them too much now, do we? Remember, knowledge is dangerous. There's a reason why slaves weren't allowed to learn how to read or write. So if you're gonna educate the masses, you have to tread very carefully. Teach them too much and they'll become too ambitious, too independent. They'll think for themselves. They'll become your competitors. Instead, you want to teach them just enough so they can keep your empire running with a happy, obedient smile on their face. So what did you do? You helped pioneer the American public school system. All of a sudden, every parent could just send their kids off to a free public school funded by good old Rockefeller. To the rest of the world, you looked like a saint. You were giving free education to all those uncivilized, ignorant Americans. But you and I know the truth. By dangling the prospect of free education in front of millions of American parents, you were able to trick them into relinquishing their children to the state.
Damn.
That way, for 8 to 12 years of a child's most formative years, you get to condition them to be exactly who you want them to be. You get to decide what they learn and don't learn. You get to decide how they see the world. You get to condition them to be scared, to be fearful, to be obedient, to not chase after their dreams, to accept mediocrity. You get to teach them that if they don't follow orders exactly to the T, they are a failure.
I can't believe
That's
it.
crazy.
Because these are the traits that make for a good laborer. And it worked. By giving every American access to free, standardized public education, you were able to solve the labor problem in America. Now, every generation that came after it would go into school filled with innocence, creativity, and joy, and they would come out of school as an obedient worker that doesn't want to rock the boat.
Education
Workers who
is
are
the
perfectly
key.
happy making their employers
It
rich.
is.
Education system is predicated on the idea of academic ability. And there's a reason. The whole system was invented around the world. There were no public systems of education really before the 19th century. They all came into being to meet the needs of industrialism.
Ah yes, our
Exactly.
entire education system today was created because John D. Rockefeller needed more workers. But it wasn't just
That's it.
Rockefeller. No, loads of other rich American tycoons poured billions of dollars into creating the modern-day education system we have today. These are the same wealthy dynasties behind big oil, big food, big pharma, and they all wanted to provide you with free conditioning, education, while they send their kids to private
Education.
schools. As Rockefeller
unquote.
once said, I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers. These are the dark
Bingo.
origins of our education system and why you want to stay dangerous.
Alright, I think he gonna like do an advertisement or something. Alright, no, maybe not. Maybe it's in the middle, so we'll keep going, alright?
For generations, experts tended to blame failing schools on failing neighborhoods. But reformers have begun to believe the opposite, that the problems of failing neighborhoods might be blamed on failing schools.
I'd like for this country to have a real education president for a change.
I'd like to be the education president.
I don't ever expect to
Education.
sign my name to any law that is more important than the Education Act in 1965.
The day of reckoning is here.
Alright.
If you watch this channel, you're probably serious about gaining money and power, which is great. But if you're gonna do that, you're gonna
Oh, yeah,
need a great wallet that
This is his little advertisement, so we're gonna skip a little bit. Get past the wallet advertisement. And yeah, get back to the education portion of the show. Alright. Let me see. Jake Tran is the YouTube channel. Y'all go over there and check him out. He got tons of good informative videos, so you know, like I said, go over there and check him out. Alright.
xthird.com/JakeTran or use my code JakeTran at checkout. So pause the video and get 25% off with the link below. Thanks to
Want to do all that shit, y'all can too, man. I'm pretty sure he would appreciate it.
Xthird for sponsoring this video. The origins of the American education system can be traced back to something called the Prussian Empire. The Prussian Empire is the empire that made up modern-day Germany, and these Prussians were geniuses at controlling the masses. See, in the late 1700s, Prussia invaded Poland, and they won. Prussia now occupied Poland, but the Prussians now faced a new problem. Sure, they controlled Poland, but how were they gonna get the Polish people to accept their new German rulers? They were the colonizers, the enemy, and yet somehow they needed to get the entire population to throw away their Polish identity and to accept imperial German nationalism. But the Prussians weren't stupid. They knew they had no chance in changing the minds of the adults. The adults were proud Polish people.
It's the
They were
kids
set
they
in their
gotta work
ways.
on.
There's no hope in converting them. But the children? The Polish children were much more moldable. And if they could attack the children, they
children.
could decimate Polish culture in just one generation. So, Prussia created a new 8-year education system, where for 8 years kids would go to school and learn things like reading and writing, but they would also learn how to listen to orders. They would learn how to do as they're
Obedient.
told, to respect the authority of their Prussian leaders. And this new Prussian education system worked. One Prussian philosopher brilliantly described their education model by writing,
Education should be aimed at destroying free will, so that after pupils are thus schooled, they will be incapable throughout the rest of their lives of thinking or acting otherwise than as their schoolmasters would have wished. When the technique has been perfected, every government that has been in charge of education for more than one generation will be able to control its subjects securely, without the need of armies or policemen.
It was as poetic as it was true. Basically, if you want a submissive population that you can rule over, you have to destroy their free will. You have to condition them not to think. Thinking is the enemy, and you have to start this conditioning when they're as young as possible. So, every Polish and Prussian child was required to attend school for 8 years. 8 years where day in and day out, these kids were force-fed so much Prussian patriotism that by the time they left school, obedience to the Prussian monarchy was the only reality they knew. The Prussian system was so effective that it caught the eye of one person, an influential American politician by the name of Horace Mann. And Horace Mann planned on exporting this Prussian model. Horace Mann was passionate about reforming American education. It was his life's duty. So in 1843, he traveled across Europe visiting schools to get ideas. But no education system impressed him more than the Prussian model. To him, the Prussian model was a work of art. Here was the roadmap to molding children into anything the elite wanted. If the Prussian model could remove every single trace of Polish culture, what could it do for America? With the Prussian model, it wouldn't matter if kids were Protestant, Catholic, Black, an immigrant, Native American, or even atheists, because we would be able to permanently instill patriotism, duty, and hard work into all of them. And with Horace Mann's political influence, tax-funded public schools following the Prussian model slowly started popping up all over America. And slowly but surely, parents, teachers, those in charge, and society as a whole started to accept the Prussian model as the only sensible way to educate the youth. Instead of one big class, schools were divided into separate classes for kids of different ages. Horace also wanted mainly women to be the teachers, which is why women dominate the teaching field today. Teachers were even sent to Prussia to learn firsthand how their system worked. Authorities bought into the Prussian model so much that by 1864, Congress made it illegal for Native American kids to be taught in their native languages. Instead, they were sent to faraway boarding schools so teachers could kill the Indian to save the man. By the end of the 1800s, the Prussian model had taken over America. And by 1900, almost every American state made public school mandatory, meaning that you had to give up your kid to the states or get the kid taken away from you and thrown in prison. Horace Mann changed the face of American public education forever, but the public school system wasn't in its final form yet, because as much as the Prussian model did wonders for the government, it still didn't do much for businessmen like you. And as John D. Rockefeller, you also saw the power of the Prussian model on the masses, and you planned on systematically infiltrating it.
Yep. Now he finna buy all the businesses, I think. Now you can't leave. Standardized slavery.
By the late 1800s, school was mandatory. They were using the Prussian model, but there was still a giant problem. There wasn't any standard curriculum to follow. So most kids ended up learning nothing that would make them useful in an oil refinery, mine, or factory. It doesn't matter how submissive or obedient they are. If they don't have the baseline education needed for your labor, you needed submissive, obedient workers that were also educated to your standards, educated on how work will set them free. So what did you do? You went to your closest confidant, a man named Friedrich T. Gates, and together the two of you created the General Education Board. On the outside, the General Education Board sounded like this very official government board that looked over the education system in America. And that's exactly the vibe you were going for, when in reality, you just created this thing out of thin air and named it the General Education Board. That is the power of a great name. And a year later, thanks to your connections in Washington, the General Education Board went official. It was incorporated by an act of Congress in 1903 with the purpose of the promotion of education in the United States of America without distinction to race, sex, or creed. A very noble sounding cause. While at the same time, this entity would be your Trojan horse to inject more than $3.5 billion in today's money into the public school system. Today, a few $1 billion wouldn't make a dent in the monstrosity that is our public school system. But back then, it was still in its infancy, so $3.5 billion was way more than enough to mold it into whatever you wanted. So with the money and the government charter in hand, the board went on to fund a vast number of public high schools, 912 high schools in the southern states alone by 1914. You also funded universities, medical schools, Ivy League schools, so that when kids finished their conditioning in high school, they would continue their conditioning in higher education. These are the origins of America's love affair with college degrees, by the way.
College graduation has never been more valuable than it is today.
And soon other business tycoons started jumping in on the action. By 1905, Andrew Carnegie, the steel magnate, founded the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching. Not because he wanted people to learn about the world and become innovators, but because he needed mine managers, operators, engineers, repairmen, smelters, and railroad conductors. And the public started to catch on all this big money moving into education. In 1914, the National Education Association said that,
"We view with alarm the activity of the Carnegie and Rockefeller Foundations, agencies not in any way responsible to the people, in their efforts to control the policies of our state educational institutions, to fashion after their conception and to standardize our courses of study, and to surround the institutions with conditions which menace true academic freedom."
But your infiltration of education had picked up too much steam, too much momentum. There was no way it was gonna slow down now. By 1918, every single state started requiring kids to complete elementary school, and it just picked up from there. From standardized tests to the Carnegie-funded textbooks, to the Department of Education, to labeling and medicating kids that don't do well in this Rockefeller model of education. And your boy Friedrich T. Gates, who you created the General Education Board with, put it perfectly when he explained what he envisioned for America's education system.
"In our dream, we have limitless resources, and the people yield themselves with perfect docility to our molding hand. The present educational conventions fade from our minds, and unhampered by tradition, we work our own goodwill onto a grateful and responsive rural folk. We shall not try to make these people or any of their children into philosophers or men of learning or of science. We are not to raise up among them authors, orators, poets, or men of letters. We shall not search for embryo great artists, painters, musicians, nor will we cherish even the humbler ambition to raise up among them lawyers, doctors, preachers, statesmen, of whom we now have ample supply."
That is the education system Rockefeller wanted. One that didn't search for the intrinsic gifts endowed in each of us. One that didn't pump out philosophers, authors, artists, or musicians.
They're not looking
no,
for that.
Our modern day education system was designed for one thing and one thing only. To pump out mindless, thoughtless, standardized, dare I say it, slaves. John D. Rockefeller put it even more succinctly. He said, "I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers."
Bro.
And if you look around today with all this fear, all this debt, all these years of education, and yet you come out not even knowing the basic fundamentals of how to survive in this world, like how to find a lifelong partner, save, make money, invest, and file taxes, when you look around and see all of this, I'd say that Rockefeller got exactly what he wanted.
He definitely did.
So now that you know that society is systematically designed to get you to slave away forever, how do you escape this? You escape it by finding a way to make a lot of money without having to work super hard like all the other docile workers. And the most practical way to do this is not what you think. The most practical way to do that is with a high-paying work-from-home job. There are work-from-home jobs out there.
This is another advertisement. He be dropping the advertisements in. So let's see if I can skip past this advertisement.
Your workload, also known as overemployment. Because I came up with really insane, but it's also quote, "I was actually just a way to learn your work from home job from scratch, how to craft an eerie, or you can game the system and achieve a
Alright, but yeah, basically the school system sucks. That's what the video was talking about. It's made to build workers, nothing else. No great thinkers, you know. But get good grades, go to school, kids. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I mean, you're probably better off learning a trade, to be honest, but what do I know? All right, let's play some Battlefield real quick, and then we'll get into the other videos shortly, all right? Take a 5-minute break real quick. Okay, so I was about to spawn, but it won't let me spawn, so it won't let me prep. I was about to say, but that's totally wrong. How much battery do I got in this controller? That's probably what it is. My controller down.
We have
Yeah.
secured more sectors
I'm gonna
than
charge
our
my
enemy.
controller.
Make sure you defend them.
It's only gonna take a second. Like literally, I just gotta plug it in. But yeah, I was wondering why, like, what the fuck is going on? The buttons ain't working. Shit ain't working. Let's get in this truck with this guy. Nothing in the air though. Gotta get my dog real quick. What's up? How you doing?
Taking sector Bravo.
Oh, two of them right there. That's crazy. I didn't even see them motherfuckers. Where the fuck is he at? Oh, he's on the roof. Oh, I got this guy.
We have to make up lost ground. We're burning resources to stay in this.
Damn. Damn. That rock wasn't giving it good enough cover. Fuck this guy behind me. Alright, I'm gonna switch to the other guy because I'm trying to push. I need the assault guy. Sheesh, they pushing like crazy. I'm gonna switch to the assault guy. Let's see this. See if this makes any difference.
I can use a ride. Let's get going. Hostile search sector Bravo. Never mind. Flies at my marker. Look front. Grenade out.
Damn, where the hell is he? Oh, he was laying down. Alright. Oh no, he wasn't. Damn, fuck that.
Sector Bravo has been secured.
Only one of them?
One is under attack.
Oh! He only had a little bit of life left too, but those guys got me. They chilling at that tank tagging shit. So hard to get around this corner. Like I said, they got the angles perfect. They know exactly where to be. I Like I said, you give these motherfuckers a day or two, they know exactly where to be.
My far marker, move to that area. Requesting a ranger drop at this location.
Headquarters receiving.
Got casualties.
Got his ass, boy. What you thought? Oh shit. What? He had 5% health left? You gotta be kidding me, bro. That's crazy. Now they killed my dog.
Help me!
He tried to save me, but dude got splashed.
Oh, help! Oh, somebody help me, Dad!
Your shield. Motherfuckers came to save me just to get killed, boy. They crazy.
Get hiking, go!
Come on, fuck. What the fuck? Why do these? They can see me everywhere I go. It's crazy. Where's? Oh, my squad's getting their ass beat. Oh, we keep getting revived though. At least we got hella medics. I see one all the way there.
Tango! Hostile down!
Bitch.
Friendly is down!
Support package ready to drop.
Oh, hell no.
I'll get you moving.
Come on.
Hold on.
Many thanks.
I need a ranger. Get to the marker.
You got it.
Oh, fucking dude was right there. Why was he so close? He's walking on snow. I couldn't hear his footsteps. Hella revived, right?
Man down!
Oh.
Grenade!
Our enemies just took Sector Bravo.
Fuck.
Alpha 1 is being contested by hostiles.
These motherfuckers got us pinned right here.
I need a ranger. Dropped at my marker.
Understood.
We're losing people!
They tagging motherfuckers over here.
Reloading.
I ain't going over there.
Do not come to me.
I got you.
Thanks, I'm okay now. Take a casualty. We can use that. Just hold on. I can help you.
Tango down!
Blew his ass up real quick. Oh shit.
The enemy is trying to take
Alright,
Alpha
don't
1.
go for it. Don't go for it.
Around 50 meters from my
sniper.
position.
Oh, the motherfucker push. Watching one sniper. Where the hell is my team at, though? That's the thing. You know? Oh, we losing so bad it don't even matter. So I should just be a sniper. Yeah. I'll just be a sniper. That's what I do when we're losing bad. Because, you know, there's no real reason to try. Losing by like 500 points, so sniper time. Let's sit over here with this guy. That's why we're losing people, a bunch of people like this on the team.
Multiple hostiles marked. Distance 110 meters.
They're pushing us so far back now.
Got to reload.
More, no more.
I need a ranger on my location.
Copy that, task force.
Oh shit.
Hostile contact!
Target marked 170 meters away.
Getting shot at!
Come on. Fucking dog is somewhere.
Spotted enemy contact!
Where the frick? Nope.
Sector Bravo has fallen to hostiles.
Scanning for hostiles. Marking enemy 90 meters from my position. Looking for threats.
Allied forces depleted. Use what you've got.
Where the fuck is that thing go? Where the frick did that vehicle go? Holy shit. What? That's crazy. That's crazy. He's right there. Oh, he's hiding behind that thing. Goodbye. Somebody said the comeback starts now. Yeah, right. We're losing so bad right now. Ain't no comeback coming anytime soon. Not with this team. What? Now we're gonna take some spots? Oh, God. You guys are fucking terrible. Half our team was playing sniper or something.
Headquarters receiving.
Could have shot my own homie.
Move to the area.
And it's about to be over right now anyway.
All sectors
Yeesh.
retreat. Battle's
That
lost.
was tough.
One thing we
Don't
had to
need
deal
any
with
more
from
losses
day
today.
one was people saying that the girls on our show were fake. They had big lips, they had big tits. There would get some real girls on there, kind of thing. And so it was the subjective opinion of these guys that these aren't quote unquote normal girls.
Mhm.
So all you really have to do is go walk through any major airport today, and you can go find normal people. Are they going to be the
Right.
people that you want to have on your podcast? Are they going to be people you're going to poll for these kind of questions? I don't think so.
Big announcement, guys. We currently have 10,000 plus viewers. That is a record.
You'll get more.
That is a record for whatever. The chat is on
For
fire.
whatever.
Holy shit. Thank you, guys. I think our previous highest was 8,000. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I think everyone's just overcomplicating things. It's just they just asked you whether or not you think you're a 10. In my opinion, if a fat is fat, you call her fat, or if someone's ugly, you call them butt ugly, But if we just overcomplicated things oh, my worth is
Okay,
if
I'm
you saw
sorry,
something
Keeping it real.
this entire video you have been talking about personality, how it doesn't have to do.
Yeah, no.
But now all of a sudden
I've
you're
been talking about
you're
personality.
No, because now you're talking down about somebody how they're
Okay,
fat, how
well,
they're
if
ugly,
a fat
but
bitch
yet
is
you're
fat, you
trying-
call her fat.
Well, if I
Personality
say you have an
aside.
ugly personality, do you have an ugly personality?
Well, yeah, that's your opinion, but
Exactly.
personally,
So at
I'm
the end of the
But
day,
you've been-
it's
you've
still
been
an
contradicting
opinion.
yourself this
Yeah,
entire
I
video.
am
At the end of the day, so you're
I
getting
don't
mad
think that
at her.
that's
and you're
contradicting
trying to-
herself. She's talking about two
Can
different
you let me
things.
finish?
You can
You haven't let anyone
Yeah,
finish
you can
for
talk
the
after.
last
If I
hour.
can talk
You
after.
just
But
keep
you've also
you just
been
keep going. You just keep going. Are you
Careful,
done?
she has a neck
Are you
tattoo.
done?
Oh my
like,
God.
I can wait. Like, I'm one of those teachers. Like, I
Wait,
can wait.
hey, hold on.
$200.
Thank you, man.
Here is a better way to gauge this question. When you rate yourself, what subconscious image do you use to rate yourself? Your Instagram photos or you just getting out of the shower and looking at yourself in the mirror?
That's an interesting question. We're stealing that question.
Yes.
Right? He said we're still in that question.
Thank you, Bads EXE. Thank you. Really appreciate the support. Speaking of the rating thing, and oh my God.
Mike Davis donated
Thank you, man. Holy
$200.
shit.
Mike Davis's ratings for how much I'd pay for an out call with each guest.
Alcohol.
How much you'll pay for alcohol?
$0 Nikki, $0 Rosie, $0 Ali, $300 Nev, $500 Aspen, $300 Kylie, $0 Zartane. If he returns my watch, Waller, $1,000,000,000 if he paid me.
Bro, I gave him his watch back, Pimp. What are you
got it right
doing?
here.
What is
Bro,
it?
he's
He's got it
going,
right here.
man.
I'm sorry, Mike Davis. I don't know what I did to Mike Davis, but damn, man.
Mike Davis. What's thank you guys for all this.
If he's using words like alcohol, he's from Nevada.
That's hilarious, man. At least it's funny.
But anyways, back to what I was saying. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm really not. I just don't like being cut off because I literally just sat here 2 hours to listen to you talk, and I just can't talk.
You came here to talk to everybody.
I understand that, but
You've
am
been-
I cutting you off?
You've been cutting people off this entire
Ain't
night.
that anywhere. Who?
You.
And I just have.
You took up like 20 minutes vomiting,
That's
shitting
funny.
out word salad.
Whoa.
Word
20
salad.
minutes straight.
Wait, why are you getting offended that I want to have the conversation with you?
I'm not offended.
Yeah,
but
'cause
you
you're-
just
you're trying
jump
to call
in
me
when I'm
out.
trying to literally finish my point. I haven't even got to the period yet.
Okay,
It
go
was
ahead.
A comma.
Now is your time. Go
it
ahead.
was literally a comma. I
You
literally
talk now.
forgot. I'm so mad.
Ladies,
I remember my
you're
question.
both pretty.
But
it's
anyways,
okay.
It doesn't matter if I'm
can I-
pretty.
can I
It
be-
matters
let-
about what I stand for.
What you mentioned the period? Can we please not
Say you're
talk about
both pretty.
menstruation? But
about it.
I don't know. You said something about periods. Or
I
something?
said a
I know.
comma in it.
Bad joke.
Can I bring some? Can I get nerdy with us again, real quick? So beauty is not actually not subjective. There's tons of studies that show when you
Yeah, it
overlay.
isn't.
There's a
I've been
famous
trying to
one
tell
where you
people.
overlay the pictures of several thousand psychology students over each other. You come up with an average, and that average is more attractive than the other people. It's rated as more attractive than the people in the classroom. Also, there's studies that show that infants, young children, look at people who are more attractive for longer periods of time. I've hosted over 45 different bikini competitions, and exactly, I've hosted over 45 different bikini competitions, and in doing so, when I ask the guys who's going to win, it's almost always like the same 3 girls. We generally agree. There's no study that shows that beauty. Now, to a certain extent, obviously, some people like bigger butts or bigger lips, but the idea of facial symmetry and signs of youth, clear skin, things like that, those things tend to be universal. So those things are
Now
not
she's sequenced.
subjective. They're actually objective, and that's a really offensive thing to a lot of people. When you,
They don't
look
wanna hear
at
that
Victoria's
shit.
Secret and they show other body types, and I'm all for
you ugly.
inclusivity, but they're not going to change
ugly.
what I find attractive or what Justin finds attractive or what Rollo or any of the men in the chat what they find attractive, because when you leave that door open that beauty is subjective, it really for the most part isn't. Like you can tell when something is beautiful because of symmetry and other things, and there's just tons of studies. There's tons of evidence to show this.
That was a beautiful point. But I would
Right.
like to talk to you again. What you said was that there was a double standard in what she was saying, and okay, what you said was she calls it like she sees it, and that's wrong, because, and then you sorry, was it you? You talked about how we just got in that argument. But you saying that she's calling it a double standard for caring about somebody's
Whose
personality.
gun works,
when
mine
she's
doesn't.
somebody, and then calling them ugly or fat.
In
I just
2K.
don't wanna f- a fat bitch. Sorry, I just don't want to fuck a fat bitch. But okay, yeah, you go.
Are you
She
bi?
said she just don't want to fuck a fat.
Are you trolling? Like, what's going on?
Oh, I just
know
don't want.
you're
Okay,
fun-
okay,
like you're funny and shit.
Okay,
but
look
I'm
me in
just
the eye
like,
and tell me you Thrognak the Destroyer, who comes on here every once in a while.
Okay, but that's not what we're saying. What
I'm
what
just
I
trying to
was
get a
saying-
read. Yo, Ivan, thank you for that, man. Appreciate it.
Junior donated $200.
Are you trolling?
Stop focusing on dollar. If you got you, then great. These girls have no sense of tradition. False studies is what they preach and listen to other women on what a man is and wants. set your value boundaries and get experience. A man is a leader and a woman makes it worth it.
Yo, Ivan Jr., thank you for the $200 donation. Really appreciate all the support, guys. Really appreciate all the support tonight. Do you want to continue with your point about not wanting the fat bitches?
Okay, I just don't want to fat bitches. Okay, I just don't. Like,
Aren't you said you're, wait, what?
Dude, I just
I
don't
know
want
you're like
okay,
joking
if a fat
or whatever,
bitch
but,
went
like,
up to
what?
me and said, hey, sexy, I'd be like, hell no.
Are you bi?
Dude, I don't fucking know. I don't know.
So you like what you like,
I like what I like, but
so
like,
if you like a person,
Okay,
based off their
listen, I just don't want to
personality,
fuck a fat bitch. You don't have to overcomplicate
Okay,
it.
back to
I don't want to fuck a fat
back to
bitch.
what she
So
was
she didn't
asking
answer my
me.
question.
Back to what she was asking me. You were saying how I was basically saying that's contradicting.
Kinda
right?
answered it.
Yeah. Earlier she was saying
She don't want to fuck a fat
how-
bitch.
How are you gonna date somebody? How are you gonna marry somebody and then not know if that they're good in bed, right? And she's over here saying,
Well, I know they're not good in bed because they'll
okay,
break
first
it.
of all, let me finish. Okay,
They'll
you
break
want
it.
people to let you finish. Thank you. My thing is, you're over here saying that, oh, you're over here judging, you're being biased, this and this and that, but yet you're over here saying I wouldn't f- somebody who's bigger than me, that who's ugly, this and
Me
this and that.
neither.
You have your own perception as to who's ugly and who's big. Right? So it's like for you to be like straight up and say like, oh no,
Oh, that's
you're
a trap.
ugly.
Fuck
Like
that.
you're fat. But yet you're over here saying like, oh no, I'm not judging that. You are being biased and you are
Okay, look,
contradicting
I'm
what
not
you're
an
saying.
architect. I don't want to.
I'm not an architect.
Can we just? I don't want to fuck a fat. You don't
So
have
you
to.
have
That's not
a
what I'm
type.
saying.
We've established that.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you
yeah.
very
But
much.
we don't have to
Yes.
overcomplicate things. I doubt anyone. Okay, but just.
I'm just
Okay, I
dumbing
just
down.
don't
So
wanna
you
fuck
have a
with-
type
I am
and
not
it's
trying to
personality.
complicate it. She merely asking a question, which is why I
Oh,
was
shotgun. Okay.
just trying to.
Can I simplify your
reiterate it.
point a little bit?
Good.
Jesus.
Okay, so I think the point is you shouldn't judge someone based off the act of sex, right? Sex isn't the end all be all. But biologically, we pick the mate that is best for us. You're not going to want to mate with someone who, say, is obese, say, is short, and you want your kids, you
crazy.
want your offspring to be stronger, powerful, tall, in good shape, right?
Yes.
You will
See,
not.
the way you are wording it is way better than what she had
That's
said.
why I said I was
Thank you
simplifying
so
her
much.
point.
But hold on,
Trust me,
let her
thank you so
finish.
much.
Let her
So-
finish. Go ahead.
The way
The
you're
whole
wording it.
objective, like her whole objective
politically
is
correct,
I'm
that's
going
all.
to have my preferences, but sex isn't what makes those preferences. It's the preferences that lead to the sex, right? They lead to your picking a partner in general. It's not just about sex. So she's not being a hypocrite. She's laying out her preferences that get you to the bed.
No, but what I was saying was earlier she had said something about it being about like how you feel towards a person and not about looks. But now she's talking about looks.
How you feel towards a fat person or a skinny person is
Chop me
definitely
down.
about looks, but it
Soon
is
as I
also
got
how you
up
feel
there.
about those looks. It doesn't change. Everything is we see something, we all see the same thing, but we all perceive it differently. So it is how you
Right.
feel about a thing.
I saw that
Does
shit
that make
yesterday.
sense?
That makes sense.
Okay.
That makes no sense.
So
Really?
Absolutely makes no sense. No,
So,
because I mean,
like,
because we're human beings,
absolutely
we are
makes no
very good at
sense.
pattern recognition. When we see someone who is overweight, when we see someone who has like lost a limb, when we see someone who is in some way deformed or disabled, we look at them as not necessarily a lesser human being
different.
because of their personal value, but we do look at them and
We
we
do
say
recognize that they're
that
different.
person is not going to be able to run away from a bear. Okay, we
Yeah.
look at that and
Right.
we have an instant instinctual understanding just by looking at that person, whether or not they're going to be physically fit, whether I want to have sex with that person, whether I do not want to have sex with that person, whether that person is going to be somebody that I want in the trenches when I'm fighting a war, or when I need somebody to balance my accounts or something like that. So there's absolutely a look that we see when we look at someone. So when people say this bullshit about like, oh, you can't judge a book by its cover, well, the reason for a book cover is to sort of
cover.
let you know what's
Judge
inside
it.
the book in the first place.
Yeah, no, I agree with you completely. I was just.
Well, and then the other
kind
part of that
like
is sex is the glue that keeps a relationship together. So
It
without
is.
that sex, you got no f***ing relationship. Huh?
Yeah, well, what I was gonna
Definitely.
say was
Oh,
that like I was
javelin.
saying that
Into the mic.
I don't want to judge anyone like based on their sexual
Why not?
performances, and
You
I
said
wouldn't
why
get to
not?
that point because I wouldn't go for a fat woman, so I wouldn't know what her performance was like because I
Right.
wouldn't bother with that.
She wouldn't even try it out.
If that makes sense. I don't
All
know.
right, moving on.
So
Also,
can we address
okay,
that,
one more.
Address
Wait,
what?
wait.
that question that guy
What?
said of tradition. I
Right
come from a
side.
different background. If we're talking about tradition,
Got him
my
back
parents were
though.
immigrants, so
Come on.
I'm not
Them
immigrants,
both.
but still.
Let's go.
I come from a completely different background. In my culture, whoever's the fastest person to pay, you get to pay. However, you know, we eat as a family. There's no such thing as a separate dish. Everybody eats off what everybody has.
Everybody eats.
Exactly. But in most cultures, and there's different ways and there's different thinking and
Hello.
there's different types. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a thing. Me personally, the reason why I've been in a 4-month relationship is because there's
You
a
said that
standard
like it was
there
a
and there's
long
boundary
relationship.
that I put out. And if you don't succumb
I
to
wasn't paying
that,
attention.
you know,
They said the
boundary, then if you don't come to that, you know, boundary or meet it in any type of way, then,
Okay, so
then
she's
there's no
talking
reason
about-
for me to move forward.
All right, we got her input, which was, I guess, in some ways informative for some people, maybe. All right, let's go to this video about R. Kelly real quick.
On top, and his fans worship the ground almost daily. So if you want to further support the Truth Movement, subscribe to
Oh yeah, shout out The Truth Is YouTube channel.
my second channel now. Thank you all. Now let's get right into it. R. Kelly was one of the biggest R&B stars in the world. He sold over 75 million records worldwide, achieving fame that few reach within the music industry. For years, Kelly was on top, and his fans worshipped the ground he walked on. He would pump out hit after hit, only making his fans fall deeper in love
Kelly
with the
got some
star.
good music.
While the fans thought they were giving their worship to an R&B legend, it turned out Kelly was truly a monster who used his fame to take advantage of his fans. On September 27, 2021, after years of speculation, Kelly was finally sentenced to 30 years in prison for his crimes against many girls spanning several years. He was then tried again for similar separate crimes and given an additional 31-year sentence that he is serving concurrently with the first sentence, meaning Kelly would have to serve 31 years in prison for his crimes. To the world, it appears that justice was finally
31
served
years
and
in
Kelly got
prison.
what he deserved. But in
Sheesh.
reality, why did it take more than 20 years to arrest a man that everybody in Hollywood knew was a monster? All the way back in 2002, R. Kelly was indicted for similar crimes that he is currently serving 31 years for. His trial took place 6 years later in 2008, where he was acquitted on all charges in less than 1 day of deliberations.
That is pretty
Even though
crazy.
there was
Took
plenty of
forever.
evidence, including a tape that was circulating in Hollywood that proved Kelly was guilty, he somehow managed to
know
beat
if
the
it proved
case.
it.
They allowed Kelly to continue his evil actions for an additional 20 years before they decided to arrest him. For more than 20 years, he was able to continue his evil, affecting the lives of countless people. Those in Hollywood knew exactly what R. Kelly was up to, and I am confident some of these celebrities not only were okay with Kelly's behavior, but encouraged it and even participated in it. This is one of the reasons I believe Kelly wasn't convicted the first time
freaking my
around.
dog.
Another reason was that Kelly was a huge star who was making hundreds of millions for the labels. In the early 2000s, Kelly was at the peak of his career. If he got arrested in the 2000s, he would have lost the labels hundreds of millions of dollars. He was the perfect star they would make all these problems
They were
go
like,
away
"Fuck
for.
that.
Add this with the fact that
Keep
most
the party
people who run
going."
the music industry participate in the same disturbing deeds as Kelly, you can see why they let him go. What I always found strange was how it was basically known in the industry that Kelly gets down like this since the 90s. Still,
Holy
many
shit,
artists
bro.
chose
I
to
didn't
do
think they
songs
were
with
all in
Kelly
there like
and even
that.
go on tour with him. One of those artists is no other than Jay-Z, which is not
Jay-Z?
surprising since R. Kelly, just like Jay-Z, appears to be a Masonic puppet. Kelly, just like many other Masonic puppets, can be seen doing the Masonic hidden hand pose,
The hidden
showing the
hand?
world that he himself is a
Uh-oh.
master Mason. We can find more
Nah,
proof
he
of
was just
Kelly being a
itching.
Mason in his music video for his song Cookie. In the video, you can see Kelly wearing a white Masonic apron. If you saw my video on the 32nd degree
you
Masons
can, huh?
exposing the craft, then you should know all Masons are given a white apron when they join.
The letter G over the Master's chair, the 3 great lights, and the 3 lesser lights. We now like to continue with the ritual and explain what the meaning of the apron is, another symbol of Freemasonry. I'd like to present you, Brother Smith, with this lambskin or white leather apron, which is an emblem of innocence and a badge of a Mason. Ancient than the golden fleece or Roman eagle, or any other order that could be conferred upon you at this or any future date by king, prince, or potentate, or any other person, except to be a Mason, and which I hope you will wear with pleasure to yourself and honor to the fraternity. The lambskin has always been deemed an emblem of innocence. He, therefore, who wears a lambskin as a badge of a Mason is continually reminded of that purity of life and conduct, which is so essentially necessary to his gaining admission into the celestial above.
As you heard for yourself, all Masons are given a white apron, and that just so happens to be what Kelly is wearing for the music video. Add this with the fact that later in the same video, he can be seen wearing what appears to be a
it's a
Masonic collar
coincidence.
with the Masonic 5-star emblem. This is self-explanatory evidence. Why else would Kelly be in Masonic attire if he wasn't a member of the Freemasons? Now we know the third reason why Kelly was allowed to
I
do
don't
his
know, it
evil
just
for all
happens.
those years. He
The
took the
wardrobe
Masonic
department.
oath just like Jay-Z, who worked with Kelly in the industry. Jay-Z and R. Kelly first connected in 2002 to do an album called The Best of Both Worlds, releasing it in March of that year. This is the
Globe.
same year Kelly would get indicted for his crimes in June. You would think Jay-Z would immediately distance himself from Kelly, who was being accused of such disturbing crimes, but he didn't.
I know you mentioned The Best of Both Worlds with R. Kelly. Have you maintained any type of contact with R. Kelly since?
We spoke, like, you know what I'm saying? We spoke a couple
Can't
times.
go that way.
I don't really want to be like, I know he's getting calls from everywhere, and you know, some people are really concerned. Some people just want to be nosy. They want to know what's going on in
Right,
a guy's
right.
life. You know, I don't want to be another person like that.
Yeah, of course not.
You know
You
what
don't
I'm saying?
wanna be a
Like, I
burden.
mean,
Right.
You know, got love for the dude. You know, I mean,
Okay.
if he's guilty, just hope and pray that he get help. If not, I wish everybody, you know what I'm saying, everybody embrace him, you know, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But our contact is just sparse.
Okay. Were you, as a
It's
solo
limited.
artist, were you concerned about that whole ordeal affecting you the next time you came out with this album?
I was not concerned for my career, like it's for an artist. I know, like, I mean, I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I know that. I know I ain't have nothing to do with that. So, you know, the alleged incident. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's crazy.
He actually did another album with him called Unfinished Business in 2004, and even went on
yeah,
tour with
huh.
him the same year. The tour was called the
Wait a
Best of
minute.
Both World Tour, and it ended early after
Go back a little
Unfinished
bit.
Business in
Look at that. And they even show the firmament, or is that a globe in the background? Either way, you see.
2004, and even went on tour with him the same year. The tour was called the Best of Both World Tour, and it ended early after
What
Kelly
up?
and Jay-Z were having disagreements, and allegedly, Kelly got hands put on
What's good, bro? I see you over there in the Twitch chat. Yeah, I don't know how long ago you said that message, but I see you.
him by Jay-Z's people. Even though the tour ended in bad blood, the fact that Jay-Z stood around Kelly after the allegations is a big red flag to me. I am pretty sure Jay knew what Kelly was into, as by the second album, he had already gotten indicted for his crimes, and the video
Damn.
footage of the crimes were circulating everywhere. On top
Already,
of this,
huh?
Jay-Z went on tour with him and was in the studio with him hanging out with the same girls Kelly was known to hang out with. We know just what kind of girls Kelly had around him. I believe Jay-Z participated in the same disturbing activities as Kelly did. Knowing that Jay-Z got with Beyonce when he was in his 30s and she was only 18, you can tell he likes girls much younger than him like Kelly does. Nas, who once
Heck
had
yeah.
beef with Jay-Z, has stated that it was known Jay-Z knew about the disturbing activities Kelly was involved in while he was working with him, even claiming that he had a 14-year-old in the studio while they were recording. In my opinion, I
What?
believe many artists that were hanging around
That's
Kelly were
crazy,
joining in his activities. This
They're
is
doing
another
too
reason
much.
I believe he was let go in 2008, as he had so much dirt on so many people. I believe Jay-Z was one of those artists who Kelly had dirt on, and this is the reason I believe Jay wanted to take Kelly out. Recently, Kelly's former cellmate, Ronnie Bo, has come out in an interview with Doggy Diamonds to talk about how Kelly believed Jay was trying to get rid of him. He states it all started happening during the Best of Both World tour. This is where Jay-Z's problem with Kelly began after working with him on 2 albums. According to Ronnie Bo, Kelly told him that Jay was the one behind his takedown.
You said that he said some a lot of stuff about Jay-Z, so I don't know where to begin. Basically, does he feel like it's powers that be in the industry that has a witch hunt
shit.
against him?
Damn.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know,
What
most
the heck was
definitely.
going
You
on
know,
just
he,
now?
he spoke on Jay-Z. You know, again, everybody in there was asking him about Aaliyah and Jay-Z. Like he was more open about speaking on Jay-Z. Well, he felt like Jay-Z had an issue with him. You know, he felt like Jay-Z wanted the spotlight at the
I
time.
almost snuck up
R.
behind him.
Kelly was kind of
That's
bigger than
crazy.
Jay-Z in certain venues though. Like of course, in Madison Square
Almost.
Garden, they was predominantly Jay-Z fans. Well, he felt like Jay-Z tried to get him that night. He said calling
get him
him and
fucked up.
like, you know, threatening, made him feel like he didn't even want to go there. He didn't even want to perform. But He didn't know, like he didn't immediately feel like, man, this got something to do with Jay-Z.
What did he feel about Jay-Z and the industry? Did he feel like that? He felt like the industry on the whole had, you know, Jay-Z and higher ups that was out to get him and set him up and stuff like that. Go into that.
He basically said Jay-Z a fucking sellout.
As you heard for yourself, Ronnie Bo states that Jay was trying to have Kelly eliminated during the Madison Square Garden concert. According to Ronnie, it was because Jay was jealous of Kelly, but that makes zero sense and sounds like something Kelly made up to cover the real reason Jay was trying to eliminate him. In my opinion, I believe Jay did a lot of dirt with Kelly, and they eventually had a disagreement, and now Kelly had that dirt over Jay-Z's head. I believe this is exactly what R. Kelly was referring to when he got arrested. See, after Kelly was found guilty, his team was working with the police to get him a shorter sentence. In return, Kelly states he would have exposed all the celebrities who were into the sick things he was into. In my opinion, one of those names Kelly was ready to tell on was Jay-Z. Ronnie Poe also stated that Kelly thought the industry came after him because his catalog was worth billions, and he was looking for a way to acquire his catalog. So he claims this is the reason the label set him up to get arrested.
Trying to help him with his case, and I was just asking him, like, bro, why you think they doing this to you? I asked him, like, bro, why you think they doing this to you? And that's what he basically was saying, like, when I find out my catalog worth $1 billion, and I'm hearing how Jay-Z supposed to be worth this, these other people supposed to be worth that, and I'm knowing that I'm supposed to be worth more than them, like, I start trying to dig into this and see, like, damn, why don't got my money? Why I'm not on Forbes? It's like, where my money at? So when he started digging into that, start trying to, you know, get them contracts modified and all that, so he can get his money. And that's when they, you know,
that's when they were coming at him.
Ronnie also states that Kelly told him he was encouraged by the label to rap inappropriate lyrics about age being nothing but a number.
These labels, you know about creative control over your music. Yeah, so they got authority that they put in these contracts to where it's like, we want to control your image, the type of music you put out. So they wanted him to be portrayed as this figure, you know what I mean? And we want you to write songs about, to make it sound like you talking about a young girl, because that plays on their fantasies and other people's fantasies. Like, the people behind the music industry, creepy motherfuckers, you know what I mean? And this is a sell because it plays on the fantasies of creepy motherfuckers like them, you know what I mean?
So he said that he felt like the industry accepted and wanted him, the powers that be wanted him to say that right age ain't nothing but a number and shit.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what he told you that? He told you that?
Yeah.
Implying that they use Kelly to sell a fantasy to people and to normalize that type of mentality. In my opinion, I can believe this. I know Kelly was guilty and participated in all those evil things, but I also do feel that the label encouraged it all. The whole industry knew Kelly had a relationship with Aaliyah. They knew he married her when she was underage. The whole industry also knew about the tape that showed Kelly doing very disturbing things. To me, it's very telling that they decided to arrest Kelly 20 years after his crimes were initially discovered. They could have arrested him anytime. Instead, they let him create a whole sex cult in his house. He was using his fame to recruit so many girls that he completely controlled. This lets you know that there was an alternative reason for his arrest. He was arrested not because of his crimes, but because he made himself a liability when he got caught. He's not worth saving anymore since he isn't the huge star he was back in the 2000s. The labels already own his catalog and earn whatever money his music makes. It would have been interesting to see who Kelly would have exposed. It's obvious they shut him up, and when he offered to talk, there was no one there to listen. The whole R. Kelly situation lets the world know what the industry is truly up to behind the scenes. Kelly was an occultist, and he formed his own cult, just like Aleister Crowley. He was a sick individual who was into some twisted stuff, just like Crowley was. Now I would say this, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next couple years, Kelly gets released just like we saw with Bill Cosby. If Kelly falls back in line and the industry feels for whatever reason they need him, he will be released. Remember, when these Masons take an oath, they swear to always have a fellow Mason's back no matter what. This is why so many rich celebrities get away with the dirt they do. All they have to do is reveal themselves to the judge as a Mason. And if the judge is a Mason too, he owes loyalty to that person. We already
Exactly.
saw that R. Kelly is a Mason, so don't be surprised if he ends up free eventually. All of this shows that the industry protects evil and they give it a platform to grow. The elite who run our world encourage this behavior and they want the masses to partake in it. As sick as it might sound, I believe in the future, the elite would try to
Damn.
normalize and legalize the evil Kelly was known for. Just take a look around and you can see they're already setting this up to happen. It's important we protect our children at all costs and never allow these demons to come close to them. Well, that's it for this video.
And he always sign out the same exact way.
Not want to date a sex worker. Is that fair for a man to say, I just don't want to date a woman that's sharing her body with? Do you think it's reasonable for a man to not want to date a sex worker? Is that fair for a man to say, I just don't want to date a woman that's sharing her body with other men?
Well, like my dude, he's cool with me like doing solo content and girl, and because like
Right.
I have respect for him, I choose to not
Yeah.
do content.
Well, let's dig deeper. So the content you are making it exclusively for other men around the world to play with their penises, right? That's your clientele,
Right?
right? So is it okay for a man you're potentially dating to say, listen,
That's
I don't want
funny.
my woman
To
making
play with
content
their
like
penises.
that? Is that fair?
Like just solo and girl, he's not cool with?
He doesn't want you uploading naked photos, sexy photos on
At
there.
all.
Insecure.
Wait, why?
You
is
think that's
he,
insecure?
Very.
You think so?
Yeah.
Explain why.
Isn't he cool with girl?
Because
and solo?
why is what someone else is doing with their body bothering him so much?
Because he's looking to have a wife and have kids.
But like,
Wait, it's insecure. What? It's insecure for a
I-
guy
I
to not
think-
want to date a sex worker.
well, I think it's insecure for someone to think that someone without their clothes on.
So this is one of the beautiful things about monogamous relationships. Two people have come together and said, listen, this is an aspect of our life, of our being, that we are going to give exclusively to each other, and that's why it's special. We've agreed on
But
that.
you
Those
can
are
be
our terms.
monogamous and still post like slutty photos.
So I'm asking you, is it reasonable if a guy doesn't want you if you do
Is
that,
he
though?
gonna be completely like monogamous to her?
Totally.
Like, all about
Yeah.
her obsessed,
Yeah.
like you're my bitch.
He's
and
not
you're my-
fucking side chicks.
No,
Is that fair?
I want a guy that's cool with it, that is confident.
But what if he's
with
doing
it.
everything else that you want him to? Like, what do you want your man to do? You want him to pay for everything? Like, if he's paying for everything already, and then he's saying that he doesn't want you to do this, how come you can't make that sacrifice for him? If
Because
he's
I don't
doing
wanna.
everything
I'd
else.
rather find someone that will pay for everything and will also show me off and be cool with it.
So-
There's too many
That's
people
funny.
in the world to not find someone that I like every aspect.
You
of.
want
Or
her
at least
cake
most
and
of
eat it
them.
too.
You value
basically.
helping random men all over the world bust nuts more than the comfort of your spouse.
No, I value my income and my roof over my head and the food that goes in my mouth.
Okay, what if he says, listen, marry me, you're a stay-at-home wife, we're having kids, and you're my wife, I'll take care of you.
I can't trust
I
him.
will dedicate my life
He
to
could
you.
leave one What if he leaves? What if he
Why would
dies?
he
Anything
leave
could
if you're
happen.
doing everything he wants you to do?
I've known men that are married for 10 years and then they decide, I'm gonna go to the strip club. I'm gonna cheat on my wife. I'm gonna give all our extra money to this porn star.
Damn.
I mean, you know a guy's gonna give you a lot of money when you hear he's married. Like that's just the facts.
Say the rules were like reversed.
I agree.
though.
Yeah, it's true.
I think that men are cheating less than women, right? Isn't that
I think
the
men are
stat?
cheating. I think so many men are cheating. It's
Well, you-
ridiculous.
Yeah, but
She don't got no
I think
stats.
that more women are cheating statistically, right?
Right.
No.
I think you could find a guy that's like cool
They are
with
the
what,
gatekeepers
what
of
you wanna
sex.
do
Of
and he'll
course
still
they
love
are.
you.
100%.
You know, the type of guy that doesn't is like, no, you can't do this, you can't do that. He's just not for me and he's not for you. Like, I'm
Yeah.
personally
Okay.
cool with
That's cool.
girl and solo content
Right.
because that's just I'm cool with that. Cause like my dude, he's cool with me doing that. So like I'm cool with that.
too.
You know what I'm saying? But he's not ever like.
But that
no,
wasn't
you
the question.
can't do this. You can't do. He's not like that.
Do you want to get married?
Yeah.
How come you haven't, because you said you were together for 8 years, but like what's stopping marriage? Do you not like?
It's a
you know?
long story. It's like too long to get into. But yeah, eventually, yeah.
Say though, like if your boyfriend, was it? Your boyfriend was doing the same things that you were doing and you weren't, and you were in his position, like, and if he was, what am I saying right now? Sorry, I lost my
The
train of
roles were
thought.
reversed.
Yeah, just if
Yeah,
the roles were reversed,
basically.
would, oh my god, I'm like,
the
Like if I
rules
was a
were
guy and he was a
reversed.
girl.
No, if he was
if he was doing the
What?
content that
No,
you're
just the
doing and you
rules,
weren't
not
okay with
sexuality.
is that a deal breaker? That's what I'm trying to say.
I think it's different though for guys.
Eric, can you hide the
But it's the same actions, same ideas, same.
I think maybe at a base level, the concern you women have is that if you forfeit your income source, which happens to be sex work, then you're really concerned that what if the man I dedicate my life to and I sacrifice my income for, what if he betrays me? Then I'm fucked.
Right.
That's like at a base level what the concern is.
That's what they're worried about.
Yeah.
Oh.
Lady
Then
Gaga.
you get half.
I don't know. That thought doesn't really cross my mind. Like, you know, if like you're my dude, I trust you straight up.
I'll holler at y'all motherfuckers later.
You know,
I got
but
some
I
other
think
shit
that
I
does
gotta
come
do.
with time
Peace.
also.
Yeah. I'm out though. I holla.